Ja, hallo, hallöchen Leute, willkommen wieder zurück zu Genshin Impact. Wir sind immer noch im Flashback von Nefer. Ja, und jetzt gucken wir mal, was hier passiert. Hä, was war das? Ein Rabe? Was? Was zur Hölle?
Look at yourselves. You may be vile, savage monsters, but your butchered bodies bleed like any others. The monsters who destroyed my home, they're just ordinary, petty human beings. I think we're even now. Maybe I've even done the desert a favor. It's a better place. Oh, Sinuhe. My gullible fool of a father. Perhaps if you'd been as ruthless as I was today, our tribespeople would still be alive, but you couldn't do what had to be done. So I did it for you.
Nefer, it's okay. All of this is in the past now.
I believe I remember you promising to remain silent.
Yeah, but even so...
Yehoda, is there anything you can do to ease the tension?
Du schaffst das, Jehoda. Jetzt ist deine große Stunde gekommen.
Alright, time for a sharp turn onto a completely different topic. So, anyway, that's enough of that. When are we getting out of this place?
Habe ich mich auch schon gefragt.
Feels like we've been walking forever. I'm getting pretty tired. Oh, Alma, you tired?
Yes. If we can find somewhere to sit down, I could certainly do with a rest.
It's not far now. There should be a temple just up ahead.
Ist es also fast geschafft?
Yes.
Really? A temple? That's where this story ends? I guess that's how things go in the desert.
Ich war schon einmal mit einem Freund aus der Wüste an einem ähnlichen Ort.
Desert dwellers can never escape their destiny. Or so everyone says. I never wanted to believe it, but
You mentioned a temple.
my biggest trade secret of all.
Ah. Then I'm guessing it's where you got your power from.
I didn't know you were clued up on any other.
I'm no expert in the history of Sumeru, but since you come from the desert, I would imagine it has something to do with King Deshret.
Sounds impressive.
Ich habe einige Freunde, die damit in Verbindung stehen, insbesondere mit Hermanowis.
Ah, I know who you mean. General Mahamatra Sino, the spirit of Herman.
That's Boss Neff for ya. She knows everything.
Sino's hardly a figure of obscurity, but I know about Sethos too.
What about him? Is he a big deal?
Well, he's not a small deal, let's put it that way.
Du kennst dich aus, so viel ist sicher.
Please, this is the bare-bone basics. Thanks for your patience, everyone. I'm sure it's been a lot to take in.
Ja, gut, dann beenden wir das hier mal. Aber ich glaube, wir sind hier mindestens noch ein Part in deinem Flashback. So habe ich das im Gefühl. Ja gut, und das ist doch ein ordentlicher Weg noch. Da sind die Ruinen. Hier zum Eingang des Tempels, ja. Ich hatte gehofft, dass wir in Sumeru nie wieder was machen müssten, aber das war wohl vergebens. Na gut. Dann gehen wir mal hier rein. Das Sumeru habe ich echt gehasst, was die Tempel und sowas betrifft, weil die alle gleich aussahen. Aber wirklich alle miteinander. Was? Achso. Sag mir nicht, ich muss da oben hin. Bitte nicht.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm totally out of my depth here. I don't have anything to add about any of this stuff. I want to do the whole name dropping, this girl knows her stuff thing too, but I've never.
A statue with the head of a bird.
Sieht aus wie etwas aus dem Mausoleum von König Deshret. Es sieht aus wie überall in den Ruinen.
That's Thoth, the Ibis King, one of the 7 pillars of King Deshret. The legends say that he, the Crocodile King, and let's take a look.
So,
It's just Ashru.
So, all is well?
dafür machen sie jetzt eine ganze Cutscene? Was?
Typically speaking, at this point, the world disintegrates. Then we find ourselves back in the outside world. Besides, these are my memories. There's nothing to fear.
You're sure?
Of course, it's almost over.
Hold on!
Kommt er hier rein?
Knowing too much is always a death sentence.
Speak for yourself.
How repulsive.
Ich muss sagen, den Deus Ex Machina, den fand ich jetzt doof. Es sei denn, das wird jetzt erklärt. Aber so fand ich das jetzt doof. Woher wussten die... Wie haben sie gefunden?
Timed that pretty well, didn't I?
Okay, das war geplant. Okay, dann ist es okay. Das hast du. Vielen Dank.
It's okay. I'm just glad no one was hurt.
Oh, ich glaube, Neffers Hals könnte ein bisschen was
I
abgekriegt haben.
noticed you doing something too, Dainsliv. Were you helping get them out?
Of course. When I asked Nefer to conduct this investigation, I was not naive to the dangers involved. I had a duty to ensure your safety.
Good to know your sense of justice is still intact after all.
I take that to mean that you saw the truth. That comes as a great relief.
I certainly did. And thanks to your help, I also managed to trap Rerir inside the chess set.
Whoa, really? How'd you manage?
Well, to be honest, I sensed that something was wrong long before we made it to the temple. By using this fragment to probe into Rerir's past, well, the monster formerly known as Rerir. It seems I alerted him. I was tracking him. Then he caught on and started tracking me too.
But how did he track you through your thoughts alone? That shouldn't be possible.
Rerir was a secret agent who reported directly to the Vinster King. He is an expert at finding a trail and hunting.
No wonder.
He infiltrated the chess set, read my thoughts, and built a new virtual chess set inside of it. That's why we weren't able to.
Speaking of your chess set, it's quite a remarkable item. Would I be right in thinking you have some connection to King Deshret?
You overestimate me. I only have a connection with one of his underlings, the Ibis. You all saw how this came to be. A long time ago, the Iab massacred my tribe, the Shimti, in our home village. A few years later, the Unut and the Iab fought a bitter battle over the rights to a well, all for the sake of a non-existent 50 million mora. The Iab ultimately won that confrontation, but their victory, the final blow to the Iab came at the victory feast, when an Unut assassin beheaded their chief right before my eyes. The remaining Iab fled and have been scattered to the winds. Having gotten my revenge, I returned to my hometown, where to my surprise, the nearby temple was still standing. There it was, seemingly immune. As I stood there gazing at the temple, I noticed a cat just outside. This cat, as it turned out, was home to the spirit of the Ibis King. This chess set is my gift from the Ibis King. The chessboard within is made to the same specifications as the one in the mausoleum of King Det. With this chessboard in its container, I gained a certain ability to perceive hidden secrets. Now, you could conclude that the Ibis King simply wanted to give the people of this world the power to seek the truth. But I don't believe that's the full story. Every god plays favorites. Their hearts are as fickle as any human's, full of secrets, perversions, egotistical tendencies.
It is the same with all powerful forces, including fate itself. Their gaze falls preferentially upon it.
If you're alluding to the Abyss, then yes, I agree. Gather the others. It's time to share everything I've learned.
Nicht lange, bis sich die Gruppe im Büro versammelt hat. Ich konnte nichts lesen. Es war wieder zu
Thank you
schnell.
all for being here. As promised, I did some further investigating into the Jäger of Solnari's background. I am pleased to report that the investigation has been The Jäger of Solnari, real name Rerir, was once a Conrian subject who served the Vinster King. I will now share the important details of his story. Please save any questions or comments for...
Er erzählt der Gruppe Reviers Geschichte. Auf Geheiß des Königs der Finsternis sammelte er Informationen und ermordete Nachkommen der Dynastie des Scharlachroten Mondes. Da er aber nicht gewillt war, seine geliebte Chodonos zu töten, die heimlich aus dem Geschlecht des Scharlachroten Mondes stammte, wurde er in die Politik des Hofes verstrickt. Chodovnis Stimme, die ihm von seinem Schicksal verkündete, war wie ein Spiegelbild des Mondes im Wasser. Doch wie sehr er sich auch anstrengte, es aufzuwühlen. Die dadurch entstandenen Wellen konnten es nur für einen Augenblick verzerren, doch ausmerzen ließ sich dieses Spiegelbild niemals völlig. Im Gegensatz dazu glich Rariers eigenes Leben dem Spiegelbild eines zerbrochenen Mondes. Als die stürmischen Winde des Schicksals über Wasseroberflächen fegten, wurde es vollständig auseinandergerissen. Tornades hatte ein Stück des Mondes fortgeschmuggelt, bevor sie durch dieses geheimnisvolle Portal verschwand. Es wurde über die Jahrhunderte weitergegeben und gelangte schließlich in die Hände der Bediensteten. Doch was liegt auf der anderen Seite dieses Portals? Ist es wirklich eine ganz andere Welt? Tornades hatte nie die Gelegenheit zu erzählen, was sie dort vorgefunden hatte, ebenso wenig wie Rarir, der ihr gefolgt war.
So that's why he's so obsessed with the moon.
A tragic tale, to be sure. But it does not excuse his many transgressions.
Da bin ich auch mit
No
d'accord.
matter how much Rerir suffered in the past, the fact remains that he is what we know today as the Wild Hunt, wreaking havoc upon innocent lives in Nod-Krai. He becomes more dangerous with each passing day. If left unchecked, it is simply a matter of time before all of Tevat suffers the consequences. This is a threat that the Knights of Favonius cannot ignore.
Aber Nadland konntet ihr ignorieren? Fontaine konntet ihr ignorieren? Liyue konntet ihr ignorieren? Inazuma konntet ihr ignorieren? Und Sumero. Also ein bisschen spät.
A question for Miss Columbina. Forgive me if this is presumptuous, but have you ever seen the spatial gateway that appeared in Rerear's memory?
Never. But I have heard stories of something called the Moon Gate, and this seems to fit the description.
Miss Lama, any thoughts on...
In the lore of the Frost Moon Scions, the moon is believed to hold many secrets. Some sources speak of the term Moon Gate is one I have heard before. But as is the case with all of our legends...
Then back to Miss Columbina. As a moon goddess yourself, do you have some idea?
Not at this stage, sorry. I do hold the power of the Frost Moon, and my strength is recovering well. I can sense that the gate would open at my command, but...
But there's more to the power of the Frost Moon than that?
Yes. A moon goddess has the right to open the Moon Gate, since it is a path to the moon. But as Nefer mentioned, holding open a spatial gateway takes... And right now, I need to conserve my energy to fight the Rahier of Solnari.
I agree. Better to save your strength. But if you'll humor me for a moment, I have a bold conjecture of my own regarding the world beyond the gateway. I highly suspect that neither Tholindis nor Rerear made it through unscathed. The evidence pointing to this is the fact that the Rahier of Solnari exists in the form of countless fragments. With the abyssal power he wields, no ordinary foe can touch him, let alone tear him to shreds. And yet, the wild hunt proliferates wherever his scattered fragments lie, drawing hordes of monsters to many different locations.
So your theory is that Rerir was physically torn to shreds by some powerful force? Hence...
Makes sense to me. Explains why the wild hunt is so pervasive, and why he's been trying to piece himself back together.
Without the power of the Abyss on his side, he almost certainly would have perished the moment he was torn apart. But the Abyss, much like a curse...
I could not agree more. The power of the Abyss is most surely a curse.
It is a compelling explanation, and one that accords with my present understanding of Abyss creatures. Whether the life form in question is primitive or advanced, if a curse has extended its lifespan unnatural, this raises some interesting questions. I will run some experiments. That being said, regardless of whether my research bears fruit, I would like to thank Miss Nefer for conducting such a thorough investigation.
My pleasure, Mr. Albedo. I too hope that the information I have shared today proves useful as we look to formulate...
Hey! What is it, Dainsleif? You look really upset!
It's just... when I think of the man I once knew as Rerir, I struggle to understand why things had...
The two of you used to be friends, didn't you? I don't know if these words will bring any comfort, but...
Mine too. We can never know all the hows and whys of the way things are. The moon and stars are full of untold secrets and lies. And the skies are host to many more mysteries than these alone.
Those are the first comforting words I've heard in a long time. Thank you, but...
Well, I think this is a good place to end today's meeting. I'm sure Nefer needs some time to recover. She's been through an awful lot today.
That's very thoughtful of you, Lama.
Of course.
Sounds good to me. Take some time to rest and digest before we reconvene to nail down a plan.
Okay, wie sieht der Plan denn aus? Zurück im Gasthaus setzt du dich eine Weile zu Pamela und sprichst mit ihr.
Hey, is this a bad time? Hope I didn't kill the conversation.
Nö. Alles gut.
Nice room. Oh, I'm not coming in, though.
Why not? It's just a hotel room.
If it's all the same, I'll just stay out here. I might not look the part, but I'm technically a knight. Barging into people's private quarters isn't the kind of thing we do.
Aber du bist doch schon drin. Naja, was für ein Trottel. Er will nur nicht, dass Dainsleif was
Anyway,
hört.
Nefer went back to the curatorium to get some rest. But before she left, she shared some things with me that I... Firstly, although she managed to trap the Raker of Solnari inside her chest set, there's no guarantee that the power of the Ibis King is any match for one of the 5 sinners. It's only a matter of time before he finds a way to break out. We have to come up with a plan and take care of him before that happens.
Honestly, my mom figured that might be the case. So, how long have we got?
Wahrscheinlich nicht lange.
Well, I asked her that same question. She talked for a long time, but for the most part, it seemed like she was trying to convince me how precious her chess set is. What a long and storied history it has.
Oh, Heiner.
It felt like some kind of sales pitch, you know? The kind where you end up handing over Mora against your will? Anyway, after all that, she finally answered the question. 2 days, at most.
2 days? Holy moly! Can we even recruit enough help in that time?
That remains to be seen. Which brings me to the second issue. Dainsleif is obviously conflicted about this whole thing. But given how little time we have, there's no way we can pull this off without his help. You have some history with him, right? Do you think maybe you could talk to him for us?
Ich werde sehen, was ich tun kann.
Great. I appreciate it. All right, on to item 3. So, Albedo, Durin, and I put our heads together and came up with a plan. Can't promise it's gonna work yet. We figured we'd bounce the idea off you first. We'll explore it further once everyone's recovered.
Oh, ich bin ganz ohr.
Oh, Paimon's dying to hear this.
All right, so, here's what we're thinking.
Barker erläutert mit leiser Stimme den aktuellen Plan. Und er ist schockierend, aber es gibt nichts, was die größte Reisende und die zuverlässigste Reiseführerin von ganz Seifert aus der Ruhe bringen könnte. Und so dauert es nicht lange, bis ihr euch darauf einlasst.
We felt a little uneasy about roping you into this. I mean, firstly, you're not locals, and secondly, none of us are your boss.
Roping us in? Why would you even say that? We know the stakes here. It's all of us against the Raher of Solnari, or none of us stand a chance.
I choose my words very intentionally, I'll have you know. I like to think there's an art to striking a down-to-earth tone even when the...
Sir Varka, I have a few thoughts about this plan.
I'm all ears.
I think we can be more flexible with how the roles are allocated. In my view, the most sensible lineup would be like this.
Ja, nett, dass wir
I see
von
your
nichts
point,
wissen.
yeah. But if that's how we're going to approach this, you'd better make sure... To be clear, I don't doubt your abilities. Far from it. I just want to make sure. Are you really willing to take all this on?
I want to do everything within my power. The Raher of Solnari is a truly fearsome opponent, and if I do my part, it'll greatly reduce the risk for everyone else involved.
Well, that tracks with what I've heard. Jean's mentioned in her letters that you're so diligent it's almost abnormal. As in, most people weigh up the risks and rewards in situations like this. But you seem to just march towards danger without... Of course, everyone appreciates a fearless pioneer. But all that aside, I'm the Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius, and you're our honorary knight. I want to make sure your...
Thank you, Sir Varka.
I should be the one thanking you. It means a lot to have you on board. I'll give some serious thought to your suggestion.
Barker verneigt sich so, wie es sich für einen Ritter geziemt und sagt, dass er dich später im Gasthaus wiedersehen wird. Er hat ein Treffen für alle organisiert, um den Plan endgültig festzulegen. Um die Stimmung etwas aufzulocken, hat er das gesamte Gasthaus für dieses Treffen gebucht. So könntet ihr euch bei einem Getränk unterhalten. Als der Mond am Himmel erscheint, verlassen du und Paimon euer Zimmer und überlegen, ob Paimon noch andere Optionen als Fluchtsatz hat. Alle warten bereits auf dich. Sie unterhalten sich und lächeln. Die Erholung hat ihnen sich nicht gut getan. Neben der bestehenden Truppe ist auch unerwartete Hilfe eingetroffen. Gleichwohl bist du dir bewusst, dass die Zukunft von Nod-Krai von den Entscheidungen abhängt, die heute Abend getroffen werden. So viele Leben stehen auf dem Spiel. Die meisten von ihnen werden dich vermutlich niemals kennenlernen. Oder ob sie es wissen oder nicht, sie alle zählen auf dich. Ja, das glaube ich nicht. Ich sprich mit allen den Plan. Ja, können wir ja machen. Aber noch nicht jetzt. Nein!
This is a thorough plan, but I do have one last question before we take action. How can we be sure that our enemy won't leave the designated area?
Great question. Albedo's been hard at work analyzing Rarer and the Wild Hunt's behavioral patterns. His conclusions are as follows.
Hey, jetzt sind wir das erste Mal alle zusammen, wa?
Firstly, from the earliest known confrontation until now, Rarer has never displayed any ability to manipulate the dimension of space. Secondly, he seems to have a particularly strong vendetta against our group. If we put him in a fight-or-flight situation. Thirdly, finally, and most importantly, he is consumed by hatred, both for the moon. Turns out, we tick both of those boxes. We have a reincarnated moon in our ranks, and a spy who accessed his private memories without permission. He'll be baying for blood, not looking to escape.
As someone who's had their fair share of interactions with the Wild Hunt, those all seem like valid
Understood. Then I will defer to the verdict of the...
Well, everyone, that's the plan in full detail. Albedo and Durin are carrying out their part as we...
Plan approved. Scheduling.
Okay, any firepower you need, I got you covered. Let's light this baby up.
The Frost Moon Scions are behind you as well.
And the rest of you?
Ist auch bereit.
No objections? All right. Then it's settled. This is the plan we're going with. Next up, an old tradition of mine. Anyone who wants to back out, now's your chance.
Juri wird doch bestimmt aussteigen.
Wait, we can still back out of this?
Everyone says things they regret, right? I don't want anyone feeling trapped because their mouth said yes before their brain had time to think things through.
A very people-first approach. I hear that's common practice in the Knights of Favonius.
Heh. Who'd you hear it from? D-Luke?
Shh. We don't use people's real names at work. This contact will be known only as Owl, please and thank you.
Oh, hi dann.
This plan can only work if everyone does their part. Flint's and I will absolutely support it.
We shall indeed. You'll be glad you accepted our help. Also, you are the last person I expected to see here, Miss Dory.
Ja, und dass sie so still ist.
It's not often I get called Dory in a work context. My peers usually call me Lord Sangama Bay.
Warum her? Warum steht da her?
The longer your name, the higher your net worth. Is that the idea here? In that case, Mr. Flint's here must be worth a fortune. That's right, I know your full name. It's...
The walls are thin here. I'd appreciate you keeping that a secret.
Okay, fine. I'm actually only here as a favor for someone else. Do you have any idea how much it would cost?
Oh, does this mean someone out there actually has the power to boss Dory around?
Anscheinend
It
Neffer.
most certainly does not. We have a long-standing and mutually beneficial business partnership. She's actually the mom of a friend of yours.
Alice?
Said mom supplied me with a great little trinket, but now that lady's ruined everything. If I don't start building a little goodwill now, my whole business in Nod-Krai is gonna go down the drain.
Okay. So what exactly is so special about...
It's a lucky charm that a great mage made for me. We have a business relationship, and she was worried that something bad might happen to me. So, she wanted me to... I finally got it all fully charged up with Kuvaki, and then never went and used it all up at once! Never lost so big in my life!
You're right. It was all my fault. I didn't mean to drain all the Kuvaki in the pendant, but I'll make...
You will? Well, in that case...
I knew you'd say that. Well, it's yours if you want it. In fact, take it now, and I'll even throw in a free Raker of Solnari.
You're putting me in a difficult position here.
It's a very useful thing to have around, but I have a funny feeling it won't be around much longer. I guess we'll see in a couple of days.
Looks like bankruptcy.
Hey, don't be so pessimistic. See this through and you never know. You might find a new business opportunity on the...
Nachdem der Plan aufgestellt wurde, führen alle noch ein kurzes Gespräch darüber. Du und Palmer beschließen nach den Rechten zu überprüfen. Wie die, keine Ahnung was. Na gut, dann kommt jetzt wahrscheinlich bald die finale Schlacht. Oder wir werden abgebrochen. Suche Dori. Ja, wir können ja mit ihr reden. Hä, was ist das für ein Zeichen? Da oben. Rechts.
Dory, how are things going? Feeling ready?
Oh, I was born ready. We only have 2 days. You think Lord Sangamabe would let an Don't forget, when something's in high demand, the people with the goods on hand get to charge the highest price of all. Ta-da! See? It's right here.
Ah, it's so pretty. Did you make it?
Ich hatte ja keine Ahnung, dass du so geschickt mit deinen Händen bist.
No, I have a supplier. We go way back, so...
Aha! No wonder you were talking about Lucky Charms at the meeting.
That's not the full story. It actually started a while back as a project. Mage Alice once warned me that this world won't stay safe forever. There may come a day when everyone faces a I passed this on to the Dendro Archon, and she secretly brought together a research team made up of Sumeru's top scholars to invent a technology that could keep people safe. I won't go into the details because it's all very complex. Anyway, point being, it was the Dendro Archon who asked Kaveh to build this little contraption. As one of the top Kashara War talent, took him long enough. He stressed over it for ages. Must have gone through at least a dozen designs before producing a final product. But that's Kaveh for you. Marak delivered it to me a couple of days ago, along with a letter from Kaveh. Could I ask why I'm sending this technology to you? What's so nosy? My fault for sending him the research permit to begin with.
Surely Nahida must have told him you were involved in this project. He was probably just nervous because you're always so secretive about your business.
Could be, could be. Anyway, I just replied, let's hope there never has to be a use.
Fair enough. But it sounds like he was just being cautious. He probably felt responsible.
Or maybe he was asking as a favor for his housemate. He's done that before. Not sure why, though. His house, either way, all's well that ends well. I'm just glad to finally have my hands on the product. I wouldn't want to be... Huh? What does that look mean?
Keine Ahnung.
Paimon's just super surprised. This must be the first time we've ever seen you actually get serious about something.
Das ist nicht die Sangamabe, die wir kennen.
Well, a long time ago, I made a promise to myself. I promised that I was gonna live every day of my life with a big beaming smile. Obviously, Mora plays a big part in that. There are always gonna be times in life when you have to give something back. That could mean paying back a debt, returning a favor, or showing some kindness. Alice has been a huge help to me over the years. She was the first investor I ever had. And I want my investors to know that Lord Sangamabe is the best in the business. And more than that, no one knows what the future will bring. Whatever happens, I want to make sure the Dendro Archon and all of Sumeru is prepared to face whatever comes.
Also zurück zum Anhänger. Du hattest doch nicht vor, ihn zurückzufordern, oder?
Oh, that? I was just making sure an effort. Don't be thinking it was some sort of benevolent act. I'm no saint, so don't treat me like something I'm not. My priority is doing the business that I want to do. So long as my conscience lets me, but it usually does.
All right, if you say so.
I do say so, and that's the whole point. I'm a businesswoman. Don't go trying to figure out what kind of person I am. You'll exhaust yourself. Much easier forever. Oh, and could you two help me get this stuff where it needs to be? Thanks so much.
Okay. Oh, und da sind wir wieder raus aus der Story. Komme ich hier sicherlich wieder raus? Ja, gut. Na gut. Leute, wir sprechen mit den Albedo und Durin im nächsten Part. Ich beende die Sache dann erstmal hier für heute und wir sehen uns beim nächsten Mal. Bis dann und ciao.